Have you ever wondered, why are there some people in this world who succeed even in the toughest situations, while the rest of us continue to struggle all our lives? Think about it. Same country, same circumstances. Yet some people earn millions and others just keep running in circles forever. So, where does the difference lie? This very mystery is revealed by the legendary book, Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. But listen closely, this book isn't just about making money. It's about a way of thinking that can help you succeed in any area of life, whether it's wealth, a goal, or any dream you hold close. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying over 500 of the most successful people in the world, like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison. And that's how this book came to life. He made one thing crystal clear. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's exactly what this book teaches us, that our thinking, our belief, and our mental attitude are the real keys to success. So now, let me walk you through the most powerful lessons of this book in simple, everyday language, so that you too can bring about an extraordinary transformation in your life. Let's begin with the very first chapter, the root of every success, and that is desire, or as Hill puts it, a burning desire.
Napoleon Hill says, "The starting point of all achievement is a burning desire." But remember, just dreaming or wishing is not enough. You have to make that desire so strong that it becomes a need, like the need to breathe. Hill shares a truly inspiring story about an ordinary man named Edwin C. Barnes, who had just one dream in his heart: to work with Thomas Edison. But Barnes wasn't rich, nor did he have any big name. He only had one thing, a clear and unwavering desire that someday he would become a partner to Edison. So, he boarded a train, reached Edison's office, and boldly said, "I have come to work with you." Edison didn't offer him a fancy position, just a small job, but Barnes never gave up. After years of hard work, the opportunity finally came. Edison launched a new product, and Barnes sold it so successfully that he actually became Edison's business partner. Now think, what would have happened if Barnes's desire had been weak or unclear? What if he had given up at the first setback? That's why Hill emphasizes, there must be a clear, burning picture in your mind, what you want, how badly you want it, and by when. To turn that desire into action, Hill gives us a 6-step formula, a simple method to turn desire into a definite plan. 1. Decide exactly how much money you want, set a specific amount. 2. Determine what you're willing to give in return, hard work, service, skill. 3. Set a clear deadline, by when will you achieve it. 4. Create a clear plan, and begin immediately, whether you're ready or not. 5. Read your goal out loud every day, once in the morning and once at night. 6. Feel that goal in your mind and heart, as if it's already part of your life. This is not magic, it's a process of turning thought into action. When your desire moves beyond a mere wish and becomes an absolute necessity, the universe starts to assist you.
Napoleon Hill says, until desire is backed by faith, it's just a weak, incomplete wish. Faith, it's the power that transforms your thoughts into reality. If your mind is full of doubt, fear, or negativity, then no plan, no goal can ever be fulfilled. Hill believes our mind is like a fertile field. If you plant seeds of faith, hope, and positive thoughts, you will surely harvest the fruits of success. But if you plant fear, failure, and negativity, then that's exactly what will grow, and your own thoughts will begin pulling you backward. So the real question is, how do we create faith inside ourselves? For this, Hill suggests a very simple yet powerful method called autosuggestion or self-suggestion. It means feed your mind daily with the thoughts you want to believe. Say to yourself again and again, I am confident. Every day I'm getting closer to my goal. My mind is powerful, and I can achieve what I desire. Slowly, these words begin to sink into your subconscious mind, and that's where the seed of faith is planted. Hill says, Our subconscious mind accepts whatever we repeatedly tell it, whether it's true or false. So if we remind ourselves every day, I can be successful, I am capable, then one day our mind starts believing it too. And when that belief sets in, it gives us the courage to take action. Desire plus faith equal to the true starting point of any big success. So far, we've understood how a clear desire, strong faith, and daily autosuggestion can begin to shift our mindset. But here's the truth. Just thinking won't change your life. Now comes the real game changer. Knowledge, but not just any knowledge. Specialized knowledge. Napoleon Hill says it very clearly. Knowledge is not power, unless it is organized and directed towards a definite purpose. This means just reading books or collecting degrees isn't enough. Real power comes from knowledge that is directly connected to your goal. For example, if you want to become a successful businessman, then you need specialized knowledge in that field. How the market works, what your customers really want, and how to manage and grow money. Hill also shares another key insight. If you don't already have that knowledge, you can use someone else's. Yes, find people who are experts in that field. Learn from them or bring them onto your team. Because great minds don't work alone, they work in alliance. There's a beautiful truth here. You don't need to know everything, but you must know who to ask. So if you're thinking, but I don't know anything, I don't have any skills, don't worry. Learn, explore, grow, and most importantly, apply what you learn. Specialized knowledge becomes powerful only when it's combined with desire, belief, and autosuggestion, and used with a clear direction. And that leads us to the next step, turning that knowledge into a definite plan. Because without a plan, even the biggest dreams will just stay dreams.
So far, we've understood that every great success begins with desire, and that desire gains power through faith. But now the real question is, how do we keep that faith alive in our minds every single day? And here comes the third essential step, autosuggestion, or in simple words, self-suggestion. Napoleon Hill says, every person has a hidden power, the subconscious mind. And this mind believes whatever we repeatedly say to it and think about. That's why, if you keep telling yourself, I am successful, I deserve to be wealthy, I have complete faith in my goal, then slowly, these thoughts begin to sink deeply into your subconscious mind. Hill shares a very powerful daily exercise. Every morning and night, read your goal out loud, with feeling, with conviction. Here's what you need to do. 1. Decide exactly how much money you want to earn. Write it down clearly. 2. State what you're willing to give in return. Hard work, service, skill. 3. Fix a clear deadline by when you will achieve it. Now, combine all 3 points into a single, positive statement and read it every day with full belief and emotion. For example, by December 31st, I will earn 1 million rupees. In return, I will give 8 hours daily to my business. I have complete faith in myself. At first, your mind might laugh, it might doubt you. But if you keep doing it consistently, one day, those words will turn into real belief. Because here lies one of the greatest truths of life. We become what we repeatedly tell our minds. Autosuggestion isn't magic. It's a process of constantly redirecting your thoughts toward the life you want to create. Now that we've understood the power of desire, faith, and autosuggestion, let's move to the next big step, specialized knowledge. Because just thinking isn't enough. It's right knowledge combined with right action that leads to success.
So far, we've understood how a clear desire, strong faith, and daily autosuggestion can begin to shift our mindset. But here's the truth. Just thinking won't change your life. Now comes the real game changer. Knowledge, but not just any knowledge. Specialized knowledge. Napoleon Hill says it very clearly. Knowledge is not power, unless it is organized and directed towards a definite purpose. This means just reading books or collecting degrees isn't enough. Real power comes from knowledge that is directly connected to your goal. For example, if you want to become a successful businessman, then you need specialized knowledge in that field. How the market works, what your customers really want, and how to manage and grow money. Hill also shares another key insight. If you don't already have that knowledge, you can use someone else's. Yes, find people who are experts in that field. Learn from them or bring them onto your team. Because great minds don't work alone, they work in alliance. There's a beautiful truth here. You don't need to know everything, but you must know who to ask. So if you're thinking, but I don't know anything, I don't have any skills, don't worry. Learn, explore, grow, and most importantly, apply what you learn. Specialized knowledge becomes powerful only when it's combined with desire, belief, and autosuggestion, and used with a clear direction. And that leads us to the next step, turning that knowledge into a definite plan. Because without a plan, even the biggest dreams will just stay dreams.
So far, we've understood how a burning desire, strong faith, daily autosuggestions, and specialized knowledge bring us closer to success. But now comes the big question. How do we actually apply all of this? And the answer is simple. Through a clear, organized plan. Napoleon Hill says, "Behind every great success is a well-organized plan, and behind every failure is either no plan or a poor one." So, if you want to achieve any goal, just thinking and learning isn't enough. You must create a specific and structured plan to reach your destination. And Hill makes one thing very clear. If your first plan fails, don't give up on the goal, just make a new plan. Many people, after one setback, start doubting themselves. But Hill says, plans may fail, but people don't. And here's another important point. Don't make your plans alone. Build a team of like-minded people around you. Hill calls this the mastermind group. These are people with different experiences, ideas, and knowledge. When you surround yourself with such minds, your ideas become sharper, your confidence grows, and your perspective widens. Now just imagine, you now have a clear desire, deep faith, daily autosuggestion, relevant specialized knowledge, and now a clear-cut organized plan. Together, they form your action machine, the engine that can turn your dreams into reality. But there's still one thing missing, the ability to make a decision. Because sometimes, even when we know everything, we keep thinking and never actually act. Napoleon Hill says, successful people make decisions quickly, and they don't change them unless there's a strong reason to. But unsuccessful people, either they can't decide at all, or they keep changing their decisions again and again. Now think about it. You have the desire, the faith, and even a plan. But if you hesitate to make a decision, all your effort just gets stuck there. Many people keep thinking, let me think a little more. I'll start when the time is right. I'll wait till everything's perfect. But the truth is, the perfect time never comes. It's the right decision that makes the time perfect. Hill says, indecision is the first step toward fear, and fear is the greatest enemy of success. You must have noticed, the most successful people in the world don't hesitate when making decisions. Whether it's about business, career, or life, they take action. Why? Because they've understood one important thing. To decide is to take responsibility. And taking responsibility is where real power begins. Now, if you're thinking, what if I make the wrong decision? Then remember this, even a wrong decision is better than no decision at all, because mistakes teach you, but indecision only holds you back. Hill also gives this warning, don't let others' opinions delay your decisions. Sometimes even the people closest to us unknowingly weaken our determination. That's why you must learn to listen to your inner voice. Decision is the sign of courage, and courage is the ladder to success. Now, the next step is, okay, you've made your decision, but will you stick to it with consistency? That's where the next principle comes in. Persistence, unshakable determination. Let's be real. No matter how strong your desire is, how smart your plan is, or how persistent you are, you can't do everything alone. Napoleon Hill says, "No individual may have great power without the support of a mastermind." Now, what exactly is a mastermind? It's not some secret club. It simply means a group of people who come together to support a common goal. People with different skills, different ideas, but one shared mission: your growth and success. Why is this important? Because when two or more minds come together, they create something bigger than themselves, a new level of intelligence, creativity, and energy. Think about it. When you're low, your team lifts you up. When you're confused, they give clarity. When you get stuck, they bring new solutions. Hill believed many of the most successful people in the world had strong mastermind alliances behind them. Here's what your mastermind should have: people who believe in your vision, people who challenge your ideas, the people who push you to grow, and people who bring skills you may not have. But here's a warning: not everyone around you is your mastermind. Some people are energy drainers, always negative, always doubtful. Hill says, stay away from those, because your success depends not just on your mindset, but also on the mindsets you surround yourself with. So ask yourself, who is in my inner circle? Do they lift me up or hold me back? Am I in a space where growth is natural? Because remember, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, once you have the right people around you, once you've aligned your energy with like-minded souls, the next question becomes, how do you turn all of this into focused power? That brings us to one of the most mysterious forces Hill talks about, the power of the subconscious mind.
Now we enter one of the most powerful yet least understood parts of your mind, your subconscious. Napoleon Hill calls it the connecting link between the finite mind of man and infinite intelligence. In simple words, your subconscious is like fertile soil. Whatever thought you plant in it, whether it's fear or faith, it grows and eventually shows up in your reality. So what does that mean for your success? It means all the desire you've built, all the belief you've created, the affirmations you've repeated, the plans you've made, all of that must reach your subconscious mind, because only then will it start attracting people, opportunities, and actions, almost like magic. But it's not magic. It's mental science. Hill says, your subconscious mind doesn't argue. It doesn't judge. It simply accepts what you consistently feed it. So if you keep thinking, I'm not good enough, I can't succeed, I'm always broke, then your subconscious says, okay, as you believe, so shall it be. But if you replace that with, I am powerful, success comes to me easily, I deserve wealth and happiness, and you repeat it daily with emotion, with faith, and with clarity, your subconscious starts rewiring your behavior to match those thoughts. Now, here's something even deeper. Your subconscious mind is the gateway to infinite intelligence, the divine source of ideas, intuition, and inspiration. Ever had a sudden insight, an idea that just clicked out of nowhere? That's your subconscious mind, working silently in the background, connecting the dots, aligning the universe, and delivering the next step. But here's the key. To access this power, your mind must be calm, clear, and receptive. And that's why Hill suggests, spend time in silence, reflection, and even prayer. Feed your mind good thoughts, and it will return miracles. Because in the end, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the subconscious mind can help achieve.
Now that you understand the power of your subconscious, you're ready for the final step in this journey, the one that brings everything together. You might think your brain is just an organ, controlling your body, your movements, your thoughts. But Napoleon Hill says, it's much more than that. Your brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Sounds a bit strange at first, doesn't it? But think about it. Every thought you think carries energy, a frequency. And just like a radio station broadcasts signals, your brain is constantly sending out vibrations. When you think about success, positivity, abundance, you're sending out signals of strength and attraction. When you dwell on fear, worry, or failure, you're broadcasting weakness, and guess what? You also start receiving those same frequencies back from the world around you. This is why you'll notice. Positive people attract opportunities, networks, ideas, while negative thinkers seem stuck in a loop of problems. Hill believed that our thoughts not only affect our own results, but they also connect with the thoughts of others. Ever had a moment where you were thinking about someone, and suddenly they called or messaged? That's no coincidence. That's your mind tuning into their mental frequency. So, what does this mean for your success? It means you must be conscious of what you think, because your brain is not silent. It's broadcasting your inner world to the universe. Now, imagine this. You've built a clear desire, strengthened it with faith, programmed your subconscious, and now your brain is broadcasting that desire like a powerful transmitter. Do you know what happens next? You begin to attract people, resources, and ideas, almost like magnets flying to you from nowhere. And that's not magic. It's the power of your mind, used the right way.
But Hill gives a warning here too. A mind full of fear, anger, jealousy, or doubt will send out destructive signals and receive the same in return. So you must protect your mental frequency. How? Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Feed your brain with books, ideas, and words that inspire. And most importantly, guard your thoughts, because your brain is not just thinking, it's transmitting and it's tuning in. And that brings us to the final and most mysterious chapter, the one that connects all the steps to the ultimate source of intelligence. Now we've reached the final step, the one Napoleon Hill calls the sixth sense. It's not logic. It's not emotion. It's not something you can see, hear, or touch. The sixth sense is that mysterious power through which infinite intelligence speaks to us. Sounds spiritual? Maybe. But Hill doesn't treat it like fantasy. He says after you've mastered all the previous steps, desire, faith, autosuggestion, specialized knowledge, planning, decision, persistence, the brain, then something magical happens. Your mind becomes so tuned, so sharp, so connected, that you begin to get ideas, hunches, gut feelings that just feel right. Ever had a moment where you made a decision purely on instinct, and it turned out to be exactly right? That's your sixth sense at work. Hill believed that this sense is like a bridge between the finite intelligence of our minds and the infinite intelligence of the universe. He even said that some of the greatest inventions, works of art, and breakthroughs in human history came from people who acted on that subtle, intuitive voice. But here's the thing, you can't force the sixth sense. You can only prepare yourself for it. And the preparation is everything we've talked about in this book. Once your desire is strong, your faith is unshakable, your plans are clear, and your mind is clean of fear, the sixth sense arrives like a silent whisper in the right moment.
Hill described it as almost divine guidance. And many successful people say the same. I don't know how I knew. I just knew. And that knowing changes everything. So, what should you do? Trust your preparation. Listen to your inner signals. Act when intuition strikes. Because when logic ends and the mind quiets down, the sixth sense opens the door to something bigger, something higher, to infinite intelligence. And that is the final key to think and grow rich. Have you ever wondered why some people turn every idea into success, while others keep struggling despite working hard? It's not just luck. It's not just talent. It's a mindset, a way of thinking that only a few ever master. In this audiobook-style journey, we'll explore Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom from his legendary book, Think and Grow Rich. And we're not just reading it, we're breaking it down step by step in a deep, simple, and powerful way. Only on your favorite channel, Audiobookarium. So put on your earphones, and let's begin the transformation from thoughts to riches.